Mixups are so pathetic to fight against.
So now you know why they call me Scrub Zero.
I know about your move types and I will lend you.
So you guessed it right. In today's episode, we are going to give a brief overview of move types that we have in Mortal Kombat 11 and how to block them effectively using the Hurtbox theory we discussed in the last episode. Then we will do some practice exercises including defense against mix-ups, micro-ducking, countering projectiles, avoiding unblockable moves and more. These exercises are designed keeping in view situations arising in real matches and will help you immensely improve your blocking skills and defense, that I can guarantee you. I strongly recommend you to take the blocking and throws lesson in the basic tutorial section if you haven't done already. The Hurtbox can be considered consisting of 4 parts. When we stand block, the top 3 parts are protected, while when we crouch block, the lower 3 parts get safe. Overheads target the topmost part, so you have to stand block them. Whereas lows target the lowest part, so you need to crouch block. Highs and mids can be defended either stand blocking or crouch blocking. Additionally, highs can be completely avoided if you just crouch without blocking. Overheads have a slow starting animation compared to low attacks and have some cue which you can use to train your brain to recognize. As an example, when Sub-Zero does this overhead, he pulls out the axe, which you can see provided you have good reactions, which we are going to build in the practice session. As a side note, you can see the move type in practice and replay mode as a notification text above each hit you do to the enemy or the enemy does to you. You can use this information, especially when watching replays, to find which strings you tend to block incorrectly and then again going in practice mode to improve that weakness. Keeping the above theory in view, it is advised to crouch block in general and stand block on the fly by letting go of the down button to defend against overheads when you see the cue. You can still incorrectly block this way and get opened up, but despite that, you still have a higher chance than if you were stand blocking all the time. In order to perfect your blocking, you have to learn the move types of the moves of your opponent's character. It is a bit difficult task, but you can make it easy. Let's see how you can do it using a variety of different exercises. Let's say I had trouble figuring out how to block Jade's mix-ups in an online match. Mix-ups are short for mixture of overheads and lows because you have to block them differently. So let's say you could not decide when she is going to use her forward 2 overhead move and when she is going to use her special down back 3 at mid-range. So what you can do is that you can record each of the 2 moves in the mix after a Q attack. In the first slot, you can record her to do a Q attack like standing punch and then an overhead forward 2 afterwards. Similarly, you can record the low move after a different Q attack, say stance switch. Then set the playback to random hidden and try defending against each random attack among the 2 recorded as shown in the demo here. Crank up the difficulty later by removing the Q attacks and then trying to defend against the mix and recording your progress. The second exercise is to defend against jump-in attacks, which are universal overheads. Record any character to do a jump-in kick and try to quickly switch from your default crouch block to stand block on the fly. This exercise will build up muscle memory so you can use this technique online effortlessly. To add to the difficulty, you can record AI to first jump kick and then do a down 3 poke, which is a low, and try correctly blocking against both. The third exercise is to try defending against a mix-up string that you are having difficulty blocking online. As an example, I had difficulty correctly blocking Scorpion's forward 4-2-3 string, which is a low followed by an overhead into a mid. Try defending correctly and note down your success rate. To crank up the challenge, you can add a different string to another slot, say forward 3-2, which is a mid into an overhead, then a low. This string is the one Scorpion players use a lot online. So set the playback to random hidden and try correctly blocking both the recorded strings. The fourth exercise is to try avoiding a mix of high and mid projectiles. We will use Cassie Cage as our enemy player and use her mid down back one projectile for the mix. Here the aim is to move towards Cassie while just ducking her high projectiles and blocking or jumping over her mid projectile shots. As a side note, you can avoid most if not all move types in the game by just jumping over them, provided the move doesn't have a hitbox that covers airspace. The fifth exercise is related to avoiding highs which are present at the end and start of many strings. This technique is also called micro ducking, where you let go of the block while crouching or simply crouch for a split second and then proceed to punish the opponent. First demonstration is for a move that ends in a high. Here we have Raiden's Storm Cell down back 2 move, which consists of 3 hits. First 2 of which are mids that you have to block, the last one is the high. Here we use Scorpion and record Raiden to do the Storm Cell at close range. Now try blocking the first 2 hits and ducking the third and use some quick attack string like forward 3-4 to score a punish on Raiden. Then we have another of Raiden's strings 1-2-1 that starts with a high followed by 2 mids. Here we record 1-2-1 as a custom reversal, set Raiden to block all moves and also turn on our custom recorded reversal. As Scorpion, we hit Raiden with forward 3 move and then micro duck the first high of 1-2-1 and proceed to punish him. Lastly, we have some advancing moves and teleport attacks that are highs and can be punished if you are expecting one by just ducking and then doing a move like an uppercut. Here we practice this using Liu Kang's back forward 4 flying kick and Noob Saibot's teleport. We also have some slow starting unblockable moves in the game which need to be avoided as they cannot be blocked at all. For practice, use Noob's default slow projectile which is unblockable and try ducking it and get comfortable moving forward while doing so. Similarly, we have Shiva's infamous stomp which you can practice avoiding by walking or dashing forwards or backwards. Lastly, some ranged unblockable moves as well as lows can be avoided by jumping or hopping. For that, you can practice using Shiva's tremor move and trying to avoid it. Lastly, if you feel like, you can go full bananas and set the AI to hard or even very hard in practice mode and try to block against a mixture of random attacks. Just measure the time till you get opened up and reset as soon as you do. Opening up an opponent means to get past the enemy's defense and scoring a hit on him so that one can gain an advantage on the enemy. Anyways, these were some basic exercises you can do to improve your blocking against different commonly occurring scenarios involving various move types. Adding these exercises to your routine will make your defense better for sure. Perfecting your blocking requires practice against real opponents, so I urge you to go online and see what moves trouble you the most and then try replicating them in the practice mode and then practice blocking correctly. For that purpose, using the replay mode of the game is very beneficial. That was it for today's episode. If you have any suggestions, tips or feedback, be sure to post it in the comment section below. Also, be sure to share my channel with your friends who like to learn about the game or fighting games in general, and also request them on my behalf to subscribe to my channel as it will help me a ton. Till next time, it's MiniNinja signing out.
subscription is